Welcome back. Today we will be interpreting emotional appeals with Atticus Finch's closing argument at the Tom Robinson trial. Go ahead and turn back to page 17, Never to Kill a Mockingbird booklet. We will be continuing our persuasive appeal notes, but this time we're focusing on the emotional appeals, which is pathos. You should already have the key at the top of your page. Again, we already did logos. Today we're doing pathos, and then we'll do ethos tomorrow. You are going to highlight the part of the speech with the appropriate color that you chose for pathos. And again, you'll write in the margin why or how it fits into that appeal. Remember, our emotional appeals include physical needs, psychological needs, social needs, and any God type of reference. Today we are starting on page 17 over on the right-hand side. The paragraph starts with I say guilt, and then it continues over. You'll notice that we've already highlighted part of this for a logical appeal yesterday, and then we're continuing today. So today we're looking at those emotional needs. So go down through the paragraph to right after she persisted and highlight, and her subsequent reaction is something that all of us have known at one time or another. She did something every child has done. She tried to put the evidence of her offense away from her. We know this is an emotional appeal, and we've got to figure out why does it fit into that pathos argument. And the reason is we all have this in common. We all know what children do. He's referencing her to being a child. It's something that every child has done. She tried to put the offense away from her. Also, notice he compares this grown woman to a child. So again, showing the type of attitude, behavior, what she has done is childish. And so right there, he is already setting up what we should be feeling about this woman and her testimony. Going down through the page where we highlighted with her father saw it, we have a little bit in the middle that we have for an emotional appeal. Right there. He did what any God-fearing, persevering, respectable white man would do under the circumstances. It should be very obvious that we have that God reference in here. So that right there goes for our emotional appeal. And notice too, the way that he's saying it, he is God-fearing, he is persevering, he is respectable. We're talking about Mr. Yule. So right there, everybody in the audience knows what Atticus is really thinking about Mr. Yule and his actions and the lies that he is telling and making everybody think about what their choices are going to be. We are turning over to page 18. We have to look at the paragraph before our emotional appeal is going to come. So yesterday we talked about how he used that sarcasm with the all and showing that this was lies, this was not the truth, and everybody in that courtroom knew that. You also notice at the very end he says, an assumption one associates with minds of their caliber. So if anybody thinks that all one group of people would do this, he's pretty much calling them stupid and making them realize that this is not okay. That takes us into our next paragraph where we're going to highlight, you know the truth. He's talking to the jury. You know the truth. You know those are lies. So right there we have those social needs, okay? That is going into why this is an emotional appeal of the respect, the acceptance. We know what is right. The jury knows what is right as well. We also have at the very end of our paragraph, we are going to highlight, but this is a truth that applies to the human race and to no particular race of men. There is not a person in this courtroom who has never told a lie. Again, we're saying that everybody in that courtroom has told a lie. Who has never done an immoral thing. Everybody's done something bad. And there is no man living who has never looked upon a woman without desire. Pulling all these things in common that humans have done, right or wrong, again, that's why it fits into that emotional appeal. We are going down to the very end, the last column, with I'm no idealist. And going into where it starts with gentlemen. Gentlemen, a court is no better than each man of you sitting before me on this jury. A court is only as sound as its jury, and a jury is only as sound as the men who make it up. So here we have this emotional appeal because it's that freedom and respect again. A jury is only as sound as the men who make it up. So again, about the right thing to do. And then he says, I am confident that you gentlemen will review without passion the evidence you have heard, come to a decision, and restore this defendant to his family. He says without passion, but this is an emotional appeal. That is ironic there because all of this was about this passion. We have all these issues that are with this court case. There is tons of passion in here. So he's saying, take out everything, your emotions to this, because you're doing what the facts are. You need to judge based on the facts. And then our little bitty end here, in the name of God, do your duty. Of course, that is another God reference. In the name of God, you don't want to go against, any type of religion. Do your duty, do what is right. And then we have in the very end as well, where they can barely hear him, he says, in the name of God, believe him. And so again, we end this passionate closing argument with two different references to God here. And so that's how he is going to close it up.